All right, we're in the most wanted 9-hole cup. What's up, Dunner? What's up?
Not much.
Yeah, so I haven't.
Back for some fun bowling.
I didn't do a walkthrough this week. We got this 9-hole cup is 3 different courses. It's White Cliffs, Sequoia Creek, and Nordic Fjords. Nordic Fjord. It's been
That's for Fjords.
Fjords. Yeah,
Yes.
my weekend got all screwed up in another death in the family, like that shit, and just and talk about drama. That's the deal there. And we got home Monday, and Sunday's always a big day for me on Memorial Day weekend because you got Formula 4, you got Formula 1, they're at Monaco, and then you have the Indianapolis 500, and then after the Indianapolis 500, you've got the Coca-Cola 600. So, like, I usually get up in the morning at like super early so I can watch the Monaco races, and I spend the whole day watching races. So I recorded everything. So Monday when we got home, I watched racing for most of the day and tried to get caught up. Was able to fast forward through the commercials at least.
I heard they might be cutting Monaco out from the circuit as soon as next year.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't read it. I saw a headline. I didn't read the article, but I saw a headline.
That's a wicked little road course. I'm really.
I think there's like a contract though, like because it's like a road course and not like a circuit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm really surprised at all of
It's not really fun to watch, like on TV, because basically, you know, whoever comes out of the first turn, well, I suppose maybe even, I don't know how many turns they count that first little stretch, because it's kind of bendy, but whoever comes out of the first turn and then doesn't fuck up the pit stop's going to win. Like, there's no passing on that track at all.
I kind of like.
Very limited chances.
You don't get to. There's not as many races now on city streets like that where they block off city streets and they do the whole race thing.
That's cool for sure. I agree. That's awesome.
And I'm always surprised. And I'm surprised when you watch those races because
there's one in Detroit this weekend.
How much effort they have to go through. Well, yeah, but I mean the streets of Detroit are pretty empty, right? So I'm always surprised at how much effort they have to go through. And the deal is especially in America, I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but our streets suck. So, you know, they're not really made for people going 200 miles an hour. And I kind of like it more when they're out on an actual track, you know, when they're out like Sonoma or they're on a road. I like road course racing, but and the thing about when you go to some of those tracks is
road courses with NASCAR sucks, though. Like that Sonoma track would be so much more fun to watch, like an IndyCar race on.
Yeah.
Like Laguna Seca, that was a fucking awesome track. I don't ever see those races there anymore with like IndyCars and shit.
And they changed it up a couple years ago.
The old corkscrew
at Sonoma, like the configuration that NASCAR raced for years and years. They actually changed it here a few years ago, and I'm not sure if they did that permanently or if that was just a one-time deal, but they actually ran the same route that like the Indy cars and some of the open wheel cars run on that track. And I've ran both circuits on there, and they're both fun. The one that NASCAR ran at Sonoma for years, that particular configuration is a wicked. It's a wicked course. Watkins Glen is another road course race that we used to.
That was the other one. Yeah.
We used to only have 2. It was Watkins Glen and Watkins Glen Below.
There's a Canadian Tire one as well. There's like 3. Isn't there 3 road courses now, like in a NASCAR season?
Well, they ran at Daytona. Daytona has a road course configuration, and then they ran at Charlotte Motor Speedway has a road course configuration. But Charlotte is so much fun to race just as a super speedway that like.
Yeah, it just got it's got that little peak in the.
And it's such a short track. It I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. It's the Roval or whatever. I think that's what they call it. But I'm not a really big fan. It's not big enough for me. Like when you're running road courses, the Daytona one's huge and But I love Sonoma. When I was doing the simulation racing, Sonoma was my, like, I wanted to get a win on every.
Oh yeah, if you're doing like I don't know what you call, what the different proper words are, but like if you're doing a NASCAR on a proper circuit, like proper racing circuit, it should be like 2-minute laps.
Right.
And those are good laps.
Yeah, you should be able to go in and pit and come out and have have your pit strategy.
Whereas like your Formula One or Indies are going to do it in like fucking
2 seconds,
a minute 15 or something, right?
Well, NASCAR's they're going to go through. They're gonna run it a lot faster.
Well, because they're not set up, like those Indy cars and Formula One or open wheel, I suppose is the proper term, like you said. Like they're set up that way. They're so fucking like your ass is touching the ground while you're racing, right? And the car's all set up with the wheel. What do they call it? Camber or something like that. Camber.
Yep.
So that like so NASCAR's like they don't have the ability to do as much as the Formula Ones and shit do, right? As far as like the tires go and because NASCAR is mostly set to turn left the whole time. And sure, it's a vehicle and you can set it up, but I mean, it's not as aerodynamic. It's not the what do you call it? The turning radius or whatever, or the ratio, like the 10-4 or 10-5 or whatever, or the I forget. There's different ratings as to how much you turn the wheel, as to how much it turns the tire for you, right? So like in Formula One, like you never see them. They're so if you drew like a cross and you put your hands at 3 and 9, Formula One drivers never, I shouldn't say never, but you barely see them go past 12 o'clock. One way or the other. And they're making these crazy sharp turns, right? It's just the way the cars are built and they're designed for those. So when you put a NASCAR on one of those fucking tracks, it's slow as hell because it's not really designed to race those tracks normally.
Yeah, and those cars are they are a beast on those road courses. When I had a 4-car team. I sold my team and retired. It was part of my agreement with my wife that when she graduated from college, I would quit racing. I would quit because I was spending 40 hours a week. I was working a 40-hour job, and then she was going to school full time, so I had plenty of time. So I was doing 40 hours managing my team and racing, and then 40 hours of work every week. And so when I got done, that was right at the time when the guy that owns the Boston Red Sox bought iRacing and started iRacing, and they were trying to set it up for the simulation for the Formula 4 and the Formula 1 guys, because there was a lot of interest in Europe for the simulators. So they had gone over and recorded the tracks, and so we went out there and beta tested them for a year and got to run a lot of those tracks, and those open wheel cars are awesome. I don't know how many times. I would say the first month or two, like I wrecked. I DNF'd. I don't know how many cars.
Yeah, if you ever raced go-karts around a track when you were a kid or an adult or any time.
I just sold my racing go-karts here a couple of years ago. I had two. I had a Yamaha 100.
We do it every year, and we'll go into the falls for a baseball tournament. We tried to rent the track for an hour last year, and it was all set up apparently, but when we got there, like, no, we didn't hear that. But it's like I talked to the manager. We had it all set up. We got fucking 20 dudes here.
I had a Yamaha 100 and an HPV 100, and we would go out there and rent tracks. We'd go out there and go run on a track. We loved to go racing when they were racing. So, like, they would come up and start practicing on, like, a Tuesday or Wednesday for a weekend race. And we would get there super early in the morning. And then they would go out and run. And they're running shifters. And then we, while they were working on their vehicles, we'd go out there but we were able to buy parts from. We were able to buy tires. They'd go out there and scuff tires, and then they'd run like a few laps, and then they just sell them to us for like $5 a tire. So we'd go out there and buy stuff from them. I had a good time. I had a good time, but I sold all my carts, all my racing stuff. And those things are so awesome, man. I mean, they idle at 9,000. So when you turn them on and you start them, they already sound like they're going to blow up. But it wasn't. I raced. It wasn't too expensive. It probably cost me like 6,000 or 7,000 a year, just to go out there and have some fun. But I decided I would. I wasn't. I was only able to. I was in the up where I was only at home during the winter, and I couldn't race. So, what are we doing here? We're playing. I've got 5 bags set up. I have no idea what the holes are. So let's just go out there and play them.
Yeah, I think the first one is at par 4 with the big tree. You go you can get almost on the green. As soon as you see it, remember.
Are you ready?
I'm just wondering.
We're playing in Ireland.
I'm just wondering what ball to use.
I'm going to start off with the king of balls,
Power 4,
the
Power
Titan.
5.
This tournament's sponsored by Titan, the king of balls. That's right.
Who's fucking berserker. All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Spinning dots. Spinning.
Dots and another dunner. Look at that. Shit. I can't believe it. Finally got hooked up.
I was just going to say, but I didn't want to jinx it. I was watching one other stream today that usually plays pairs, and they were getting mashed up. At first, at least, anyway.
Well, I dropped down. So we were having a hard time after that last update getting matched up. So I dropped down my trophy count below 2,000. I was at like 2,100, and I dropped it down to 19 something. And Dunner's at 1948. I'm at 1994. So now we're in the same cohort. I think we were talking about it right before we started shooting. I think it's like in the 500. So like if you're between 1,500 and 2,000, you should probably get matched up. 2,000, 2,500. I know they tightened it up.
Tightened it up.
Tightened it up, that's right.
Balls tightened it up. Oh yeah, you got it hit perfect there. You can go in between, but that's Chewy's already. With the apocalypse, you can go easily curl it around without much issue. You just got to aim at the tree. It's tough to go through the tree with curl. Or in between, I mean.
All right, let's see if we can just get it through.
Straight up, all right.
Straight up, perfect.
That's in the rough somewhere.
Plug my phone in since I'm gonna plug my phone in so I don't hang up on you. Look at that, I'm thinking ahead. Jeez.
Is there a full moon?
I should have did the max OP and just went around it like you said and just curled it around. I was trying to be, I thought maybe I could just sneak it through there and it would get down through. Okay, so this is a pretty, especially if you bring out a Power 5 ball, you can, and an extra mile. Works good, especially if you got an upper develop where you got more topspin. See if Denner can get in. We'll be nice and quiet for him. Perfect. Get in the hole. Ooh.
Not enough. I needed a full ring. Needed all of the ring.
Am I in the sand? I am in the sand. There's max. There's mid. I'm in like that quarter club thing.
Yeah, I just play that mid minimum. Or now, more like mid. And then take away a click or something.
Three, 5. I'm going to do a full ring. And I have no time, so I'm going to run out. Whew! I can't believe I hit perfect on that. Ooh!
Yeah, you just underpowered it a bit too, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't have enough time, and when I pulled it back, I only had 2 seconds. I'm surprised it was able to go by twice. Close. Look at that. Easter eggs.
Oh, I still got that fucking thing on?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any bullets left. I gotta turn that off.
I bought one of the tees that gives you practice tokens, so I might be able to get... I should be able to get some practice tokens, but you never can tell.
Okay, let me...
Hole number 2. What is hole number 2? Hole number 2 is a par 3. This must be one of the White Cliffs holes.
Okay, yeah, I got none of that. Fuck that. Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, what's this?
It's one of the White Cliff
Horizon
holes.
Rough Bump? Do I have Horizon? No. I'm going to put Horizon in one of these bags.
I could probably switch out balls, though. Maybe. Tighten.
Okay. Now I'm ready. Ready?
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Dots.
Spinning.
Quick, but I still spin anyway.
Dots. Another dunner. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Well, I'm glad we got past the deal where we weren't being able to get maxed
Fuckers,
up.
they had to introduce the update on the tournament that I was looking forward to the most. So I had to fuck everything up. And I did pretty not too bad that tournament.
Yeah, I was really bummed out that I wasn't able to play this weekend because we'd been killing it. How many did you win this weekend?
I got a first, a second, and a 7. Oh shit, I'm not even ready. It says plus 20. I didn't have anything ready. 1.6.
And you're doing a sand bump.
Not this time. I want to try that though.
I don't think my sniper's got enough topspin for that.
No, maybe. No, not quite. Depends how brave you want to get. Even still. You can do a headwind as well.
Well, that's freaking narrow right there, buddy. I mean, if that hits the sand, I'll be amazed. I can't believe it made it out, but I definitely underpulled it, and I did a 20%. Because it hit, shit, it must have been 2 rings into the sand. And I was like a quarter of a ring away from the edge. I'd say 30. At least. What's that horizon hit? It's like 2.4 or something. Let's see if Dunner can get it in. Perfect. Yours is the same thing. That was probably a good solid 2 rings into the sand. So at least against headwind, you probably need to pull it more.
Or just not do that.
Or that. Dunk! Dun 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 dunk. Birdie. I'm not really a big fan, to be honest with you, of sand bumps. I mean, you play real golf. You don't mess around with the sand.
No, it's just fun once in a while to try.
I will say that the driving range that's right down the street from my house that I go to, they have bunkers that you can go out there and practice hitting out of the bunker.
Oh yeah, you're saying that.
And those are shots that a lot of players, if they end up in bunkers, especially the green stuff, that those are shots that you don't have a lot of practice, a lot of time and grade. So it is nice to go to a driving range that has bunkers that you can hit out of. Hole number 3. All right, we got a big par 5 here. This par 5, if this is the one I'm thinking of, this is White Cliffs. It seems to me like we were hitting over on the right-hand side to that long finger that's there. Hold on. Let me get, not that. Let's see if we have White Cliffs here. White Cliffs. I'm not sure if Golf Clash Notebook has White Cliffs or not. White Cliffs. I saw Zachary Jones came out and shot a new video, but what I really like is for them to update Golf Clash Notebook. Aha. Yeah, I like this hole. This hole right here, you got a serious opportunity for Albie, and there is a very slight adjustment going to the cup. It seemed like it was the standard like 10%, but there is a slight adjustment to the cup. And really there is only one way to play it, and that is to come down into this area and then go straight at it. It's difficult to get to the right spot out here, and then you have to contend with this trap. So this is the way, and I'm going to bring a rock and a Titan. Rock and a Titan. My number 2 bag. If I can get a hold of my deal. Hey, number 2 bag.
Get a hold of your deal, buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of my deal.
Hold your deal.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Dots.
Spinning.
I got dots click anyway.
You got dots and another Dunner. Another dunner. Dun-dun-dun-dun. All right. This is one of those ones where I think it's best to pick a spot. Like, you need a 3-power ball for the second shot, but like picking a spot. In this case, I'm at +4. Taking it all out. Put a little bit of left hand curl just for flavor. Bring it back to the center. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about topspin. But I set it at +4 so that I'm back from the red line. And if we had headwind, it gives you a little bit of maneuverability and you can keep the topspin the same. And I'm a little short with the 1 topspin, so like 1.5 might have been better. Although I think it's better to be a little short than in the rough. Depending on which game you're playing. Now, if that doesn't go long, I'm going to be surprised. Rubbing the nose.
That's not great.
I don't think the grate will hurt. Nice. Very nice. It does seem like there is a very slight adjustment here. It seems like.
Yeah, I thought this one.
And the other thing is, see how the end of my tail is sliding over. You kind of
tail.
You gotta kind of allow for that. It breaks to the cup. 3.9, 4.29 rings. Four three. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hold. Ooh. And I slightly overpulled it. You might want to just do a straight up adjustment, but you got to make sure that it breaks right at the very end. And the ball guide is slightly lying. You need to be a little short of the hole and it'll roll out. It's going to miss to the right. There you go. That's perfect. Perfect. Straight up. 4-2.
Oh, man.
Oh. You let us down. Look at that. Freaking Dunner. Even Dunner can hit a great.
Not even close. But that could have been the landing spot, too.
Yep. No, there's a little ridge right there, so if it rolls off on that side, it keeps rolling to the left. And if it's on the other side of the ridge, it breaks to the right.
Whatever. This count's not going to qualify. I already timed out once, too, so.
Yeah, that's what we have tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Can't even hit a putt perfect. Jesus.
I like the way that they say these are the holes that the community picked. Well, you only gave us. They only gave us X.
I don't think it was necessarily the holes. I don't know. I could be wrong. But as far as I know, it's just like what courses would you like to see in a tournament?
Well, I'd like to see the original layout of the Greenwich Point, especially for newer players.
Yeah,
I mean, Greenwich
I got
Point.
my first
There isn't
par
really
4
any.
hole one record.
There isn't really any skill that you won't learn on Greenwich Point. It's a difficult course. It teaches you how to do
Yeah, they
blind.
changed it and they made it the Bryson ball hole.
What do we got here? A par 3. I'm not sure which one. This looks like it's one of the Nordic Fjord ones. And this is there is 3 different ways. Let's see if we can find this one. There's actually 2 courses on Nordic Fjords that are very similar, and I'm not big fans of either one of these par 3s.
I can do a rough bump, can it?
I
There's
think
got to
it's
be a
this one.
spot for me to do a rough bump.
Is it that one? I think it is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's Nordic Fjord hole number 4. There's actually 4 ways that you can play this hole. You can go off of this island and bring it around. You can go off of this spot and bring it over. You can do a rough bump and bring it up, or you can start off on the green and try and bring it around, which is like, you're never going to make this, but you have like a 100% chance of making a birdie. Okay? And this is a hole that these 3 options can kick your ass, especially if the wind is blowing this way and you have to pull over this rough. It's very easy to make a bad wind adjustment and end up screwing up right here. And the same thing over here if the wind's blowing this way and you're pulling over this rough. This rough bump is on a super steep little hill right there. I think the last time we played this, because normally I would just get on the green. I would start off on the green side over here and try and bring it around. But I think I was hitting off of the island on the right. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I need a quasar. Maybe a katana. I'm going to bring a katana. A cat. Katana. You still there?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Dots.
Spin. Dots and another dunner. Ireland's being awesome to us. Because it's like they're 8 hours ahead. It's 8:16. It's 4 in the morning. Who the hell's playing Golf Clash at 4 in the morning? If you brought out a katana, you'd probably be closer to men. These are the type of rough bumps right here that I am not a super fan of. That hill is so freaking steep, it can take an irregular bounce. Let's see how that wind adjustment works.
Not quite enough.
And what did you do? You did mid club plus 10?
No, I did like, what was the win? 3.3?
Yeah.
And I ended up doing like 3.5 almost.
What do I need here? I need to bring out a bigger ball if I want to hit from that spot. I still don't like that.
I mean, yeah, there's a roller coaster shot too if you want. Or NASCAR or fucking whatever you want to call it.
I'm just going to do a regular full adjustment and see where we're at. Oh, jeez. I can't get it to be perfect, so. There's 3, 2, and I'm going to run out of time. Whew. I can't believe that I didn't run out of time right there. That was just a max adjustment. And I was on the right-hand edge of the cup, but I should have did probably plus 10, plus 15, plus 7.5, something more.
Oh, I should have missed that. Oh. I'm sure I can easily not qualify still.
I've never had a lot of success on this hole. I mean, I've made hole-in-ones on it, but it's not one of those holes that I get to and I'm like, okay, we got to get a hole-in-one right here.
Yeah.
This is almost one of those holes that if you end up with a birdie, there's going to be more people that are going to end up with par than end up with birdie. So,
Eagle?
oh, yeah. Hole-in-one. Here. Hole number 5.
Oh, headwind.
Oh, I love this hole.
It's like a big. Okay,
this is a big top. This is a big. Okay, this is a big topper. This is a Nordic. Is this a White Cliffs or a Nordic Fjord? This is a big topper.
Yeah, I think it's White Cliffs.
Kingmaker works better. Big topper, Kingmaker, -5, -10 to the cup. I think it's -10 to the cup. And you should be in short iron, like mid short iron. And there's really, if you're really trying to go for it, you can do this with any big tapa. Big tapa. I'm going to bring my last Kingmaker. I could probably get it done with a Titan. I will bring a Titan. I will bring a Titan. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning. Dots and another dunner. And I like to set myself up where I'm 2 to 3 rings off of that transitional surface. Now I'm going to have to get used to this hole because I'm not sure I've played this hole since I got my big toppers picked up some distance at level 7. Oh, I don't have a level 7 big topper in this account, so I should be fine. What the hell are you doing? You're doing some max OP hook shot. Look at you getting all special. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, if I would have cleared.
Maybe 1 ring in from where you were at.
After. Probably could do that with like a power 1 ball.
3 rings off the transitional surface. 3, 2. This big topper. Hell, I don't even know what this big topper's ring numbers are. I'm not sure I have them. It's got to be at least a ring and a half. Hitting it perfect.
Right.
Yeah, and with a 3 side spin ball, you can pick up, you can split the difference between here and that rough that's out there. So you're definitely, you'll be in this, definitely be in like mid to minimum short iron. I think I've been definitely. This is an absolute, we have to get an eagle on this hole. You do not want to ever have to come at this hole from the front angle here, because if you are even just a little bit short of the cup, you're going to roll back down that hill and go all the way to the bottom.
Oh, I barely got that off in time. But I did have minus there. That's got to be a minus no matter what. We're down there.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the few holes in Golf Clash that actually plays right as far as, like, I am at minimum.
Oh, no! Maximum wedge.
Max wedge. I have to pull back a little so I have room to work the wind out.
You could do it a short iron with that headwind.
.3 rings.
.35.
Hitting it perfect. 3.3. Just, and I should have did 3.5. I didn't take into account the Titan.
Whoops.
Yeah, watch this. Watch. It'll keep rolling. I'm surprised you didn't make it all the way back to the sand.
I thought I was going to the bunker.
If you'd have been a little bit more to the left where it was rolling down, it would have went all the way down to the bottom. In the hole.
You're welcome.
Oh, I got a chest. Look at that. Do you win chests in this? They got so many things you don't win chests in anymore. I'm surprised.
The fuck is up, oh?
Got a clear slot.
Oh. Okay, I think.
Hey.
I don't even know. I'm guessing that it's this hole. So I'm gonna.
I want to know why they can't just make it so that when you open a chest, it just gives you the summary screen automatically. Like, this is what was in it. Then you don't have to hit.
You know what? I don't even care. Just fuck it. Just like hit it and say, boom, it's open. And then if you got something new, you get a dot on your fucking golf bag on the main screen or whatever, right? Like, I don't need to know that I got fucking 14 Saharas, you know, and I only need 64 more to get it to level fucking 6 that I'll never use ever. So, just, I clicked it, I opened it, boom, I don't even care. Like, just throw it in my bag, and then if something's upgradable, I'll see a dot.
Who let
and
the
then,
dogs out?
Or else, you know, if you're in a situation where you're new to trade-ins or whatever, or it's like, boom, okay, you open the bag or your chest or whatever, and then you got the cards, and, oh, you got enough for a trade-in. Okay, well then show me a dot on the fucking main screen next on my golf bag thing. I don't need to sit and watch the whole thing. I mean, the recap thing is better than it used to be, I suppose. But
yeah, but I'd like it if you just clicked on a chest to open it. It automatically just showed you everything that was in the bag, the recap, and then you could hit exit, and then you're done. Two clicks.
I don't even care about that.
We could take one click off, but that's not how it works. There's never, ever any update that has less clicks.
Hey, try to eat your pocket.
There's always more clicks. All right, that's the way it works. No. All right, you ready?
I think so. 3, 2, 1, go.
We should back out. No, we're getting there now.
For what?
We could have went and practiced it. This is one of those ones where if you bring out a power 5 ball and you get the right kind of wind, you can go way in the hell down there. Otherwise, I think you do a curl shot.
I think this is one of, yeah.
Because if you bring out a big power ball, you can get over to the other side and you can try and get, like, do I have any big power balls here? What do I have? I got a 5, 2, 4. Yeah. Okay, hey.
But, no, fuck the big topper. Use your extra mile 9.
I'm just going to use. All right.
But, yeah, you can hit it and then hit that long pad of fairway, bounce over the rough, and then skid out. But is it, it's a risk-reward type thing, right?
Oh, not 2 rings great to the left. That'll end me up right there into the rough sand. Or at least I'm not fully behind the tree. Oh, I am fully behind the trees. Probably only needed to put on about 3 topspin there, but more side spin would have helped. And a 2 ring great to the left didn't help me. If you bring out a power 5 ball, though, you can go straight forward and you can get on that other fairway and you have a clean shot to the green. I was trying to get greedy. And Dunner's going to show us how it's done right here.
Yeah, no, you're not going to hit perfect, that's for sure. Oh, holy shit.
Perfect.
That was a little tight, a little bit more room on the drive, or like away from the rough on the drive setup there, but now you can, I think on this shot, you can use the bunker as a reference to set up. It's a sniper, but you can get a nice roll up.
I can't grab my ball. Hit the tree. I can't believe that I missed the trees there.
The good made it safe.
I can't No, I mean, it was tight right there through the tree, and I can't believe I hit that far off and was able to make it through without clipping it. That's amazing. I wanted to pull it to the right so that I had enough room to work the wind out, but that wasn't happening. I was confused this one with there's another hole on this that has a very similar approach, but you can do a rough bump. And you like to play with Horizon, there's a great rough bump with Horizon. Looks like you just did a max adjustment 3-2, right?
Yeah. Man.
Ooh.
Another great.
I was talking to Mike D the other day. I need to call him back. I was going to call him back, and I got tied up and forgot to call him back, but I need to call him back. He said he was talking to you, and is like, just hit perfect. Do you not hit perfect all the time? And you're like, I try not to. I try not to not hit perfect all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you got to do on that? You got to hit perfect.
Well, yeah,
Oh, I missed it.
posted
Can't believe I made that.
I posted a couple replays from that the Canadian Open. I'm going to call that one the Canadian Open from now on. That course. And so, of course, I post a replay. It's going to be perfect. Right? And so that's what he said. He's like, do you ever not hit perfect? And I was like, yeah, I try not to not hit perfect.
He said that was your advice to him, and he was like, what kind of advice is that?
I don't know. I mean, what else can I boil it down to? You know how to use the rings, you know how to spin the ball, you know how to do it. Hit perfect, really. Like, fuck.
One of the greatest golfers of all time, like literally, if you talk to like Tiger Woods and even like Jack Nicholson or Nicholas and Jack Nicklaus and the old guys, there was a Canadian guy that played that was one of the greatest golfers of all time, but I don't think he ever won a tournament. He was like slightly autistic, and they, you know, like he hit so perfect, but he had a hard time playing with crowds and stuff, and he didn't do well when there was big tournaments and there was crowds, and so, but like he was like, he put the ball exactly where he wanted it every time. I saw an interview with him, and they were, and some, you know, golfers who like are what we would consider the best golfers in the game were like, this guy right here is the best golfer. I mean, like he doesn't ever take shots where he doesn't hit it exactly where he wants it. And he's just that good. But he can't, when he gets around crowds, it flusters him because he's got, you know, he was slightly autistic. But great golfer, and he was from Canada. He died like 5-10 years ago, but I saw, it was like a mini documentary. It was like an hour-long show about him. It was a really interesting guy. Good golfer. Hole number 7. What is hole number 7? Par 3. We definitely have a rough bump here. This looks like that one. This looks like the Sequoia Creek one where we can do the rough bump with the rock.
Oh, this is the one that's like, but it's like downhill, so that rough is kind of like got a bit of a flat, and then all of a sudden like a steep slope forward. I can't remember, but
yeah, and it seems like there was,
I'm still going for it,
like a plus 15, plus 20% adjustment or something like that on this. I'll go first, and I'll do a plus 15. No, you go. I'm ready whenever you are. Hopefully, I go first. I'll do a plus 15. We'll see how close we can get.
All right. Where do you want to go?
Spinning. Dot stunner. Let's see if this is the right hole. Seems like we were doing Max Club, but we weren't at Max Club.
Or is it minimum? Yeah.
It seemed like we were doing a max adjustment, though.
Yeah, because it's rough. But yeah, if you can, I think I remember thinking this before. The more left you can go on your tee shot, like for your aiming position, the smoother your. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm talking about my ass. I usually do.
I'm going to run out of time. Hitting it perfect. I should have pushed the wind out instead of pulling it.
Hit the rough, though.
And I did a 15. I think you could just do a straight up max adjustment. And that's probably the deal, because if it was at minimum club, it would be, what is my rocket minimum club? It's 1.3, so that would be, If you just did a straight up adjustment, that'd be a 30% adjustment just doing a straight up. Yeah, and I brought a quasar so I had a little more side spin.
Definitely gonna need oldest. Where is it? Yep, I want that one. Yep.
Perfect.
That was a complete mess.
If it misses, it'll miss to the right. And that right there, it was just set up on the right hand side. So that was actually, I think that's probably it. Just doing a max adjustment, and that's got built-in wind. Max adjustment at minimum club. At least get you close.
Yeah, I didn't really. I forget what the wind said, but I was basically going. Well, you'll be able to measure because you got a grid on your thing. So.
Well, I can't use my grid anymore because of that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And my tablet got another update, and I was hoping that maybe there was enough people.
You can still measure though without it because you'll be able to see. Like you can. Well, what I used to do was like sometimes when I used to get hardcore and to try and make notes for tournaments, I'd watch replays.
Yep.
And when I was ready to do my wind adjustment, I would hold my pen on the bullseye on my replay. And, well, I can turn mine on and off, right? So it's off. So now I've got a reference. So it's like, that was the bullseye. So they pulled it, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, that was 4.2 rings. And I missed by not enough. So now I need to go like another plus 10 more or so.
So this is Nordic Fjords, hole number.
This one? Oh, this one is on the green and one.
Ah, this is that one.
Probably extra mile 9. Well, apocalypse.
I'm gonna play this.
5.
Let me pull this up real quick. Nordic Fjords, and it's I'm not sure which one of the holes it is.
If you can get across with the apocalypse, I would go with that.
I'm actually gonna play this different because I want to. I think that's the hole right there.
Are you gonna bounce from the one island over across and try
because
second bounce over the bunker too?
Yeah, the deal is that you can play that shot on that side if you play
big topper.
You can do it with an extra mile, and you don't have to bring out a special ball, and it doesn't matter if you got headwind or tailwind, you can still work out the wind. Whereas if you want to go, what Dunner's talking about is you can start off on this side right here and go straight out, and this is a great opportunity for hole
one bounce over the bunker, right?
Yeah, but if you got any headwind, you're going to have to bring out a special ball, but you can hit from over here and bring it across. But I'm going to have to try and remember how much topspin to put on there because you do not want to roll off the back side.
If you do the island bounce, so like bounce on the island, bounce in front of the bunker, bounce over the bunker, you're probably going to need a big topper. I mean, if you want to get close to, like, up to the green or close to it. I
think if you don't
have big extra mile or anything like that.
Well, let's take a big topper and see what it looks like.
All right. Well, hold on a second. Do I have a big topper bag? Oh yeah, there it is.
Which way's the wind?
Big topper with what? Kingmaker.
I'm going to try it with a Titan, but a Kingmaker would probably be better.
I think you're going to need to spin.
I'll have to make it up with curl.
Well, okay, yeah. So you're talking about. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention to what you're saying. That island, so that there's that crotch bunker at the end. So you're talking about the right side of that.
Yeah.
The right portion of the fairway there. And then bounce that. Then bounce in front of the bunker. And then bounce over the bunker. And then continue up to the green.
Let's practice it once.
Big tapper. You want to practice it?
Yeah, let's practice this one.
All right. Go.
I'm spinning. I got dots and another dunner. Yeah, because it seemed like the last time we played this in a tournament, if you've got tailwind, you can really go for it. But if you don't want to blow a big, but if you got headwind, you'll have to bring out a bigger ball than a power 3. But you can hit from this side right here with just a power 3 ball. That's 5 topspin. 4-4. I need to probably look for my accuracy here because I don't know what my accuracy is with this club.
1.9.
And hit it great to the right, which is the worst side to hit it to.
Or the best.
But you can get on in one and give yourself a run at it with just a power 3 ball every time, regardless of which way the wind's blowing from bouncing off that island. But if you bring out a bigger ball, you can start off on the other side and actually make a run for it. And this hole is definitely hole-in-oneable. I've never made a hole-in-one on this, but I think that of the par 4s, like if you bring out the right stuff, this is a great hole. Are you going to try and bounce off to the... Well, I suppose you could do it that way. That might be too much topspin, though.
Almost likely.
Almost likely.
Probably almost out of time, too.
Well, at least you hit it great to the left, so... And you made the first bounce.
Wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. There's shots that you can do.
Wasn't go in, but
all right. Now let's see if we can get the same results from the. I don't think a level. I'm not sure where the big topper picks up some accuracy. Let me pull it up on my phone. I must have Golf Clash Notebook on one of the 15 tabs that I have open. The hammerhead. Let's see what a big Tappa's got. Big Tappa. Big Tappa.
Wait, oh, that was practice?
Yeah, it doesn't pick up its accuracy to 2.1 until it gets to level 7. I'm at level 6, so it's 29% accurate. So what's that? That's or 30. So it's 2.4.
2.4.
All right. I'm ready. Let's play it for real. You ready?
Yeah. Go.
Spinning. Dots and dunner. Another dunner. Some other guy, not you. Who is this guy?
And It's just another dinner.
Just. Okay, it seemed like I had 5 topspin. Okay, so that should be a little over a ring. A little bit of curl to bring it back towards the green. Hitting it perfect this time.
Underpower.
Let's see if I get the run towards the cup. Not enough curl. And that 5 topspins that left me there. Might be able to put on 6. The deal is that from over there, you can get yourself in a position. And the whole goal on this, even though this is a great shot for hole-in-one, the whole goal is to pick up an eagle. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to bring out big balls and try and go for it. They're going to end up getting their asses kicked. And you can easily come here with a big toppa and a power 3 ball and get her done. You gotta have to put some curl on that, dude.
Oh, yeah. Or just hit grade.
Well, that helped you out, because... But you can still end up in the sand.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Gives you some
The
practice.
sand shots are super easy. It's pretty much a gimme.
If you hit it perfect. Instead of great to the right. I can't believe it. Wind was not a factor. That's funny. Chip in to draw. Force a shootout. What the hell do you have a Malibu in your bag for?
You mind your own business.
Malibu is really accurate. Faux show.
Oh. Who earns? Who cares anyway? That's why. See, perfect was in.
Perfect. That would have been in, and that was perfect distance. Perfect. Hey, dude, you keep giving me those chests, and I have to keep opening them up because all my slots are full.
No shit. I'm fucking just donating the shit chest to you.
I'd never
You're
donate.
probably gonna get like a 15 to boot. No, what's your score? Holy fuck, what's your score?
I haven't picked up anything, so.
Well, just smash it straight. Okay. We do big topper again, why not?
Which hole are we on? Hole number 9?
The last one.
Yeah, I'm just. Did I pick something up? Oh yeah, I picked up one of the par 4s. Yeah, that par 4. All 3 of the par 4s in this are definitely makeable. What is hole number 9? What is hole number 9? What is it?
It was a boat course, right? So
this course this hole right here is a straightforward with a. You can get all the way down. Is this one of the Nordic Fjord holes? I think it is.
I don't know. Just smash it. Right down the gut, inside the bunkers and the rough, and just right through that throat.
All right, you ready?
And still do a sniper.
Yeah, I think this
I
is
think
one of those
so.
courses that there's only one way to go out, and every other part of the course has got spectators. If you hit anything to the right, you're hitting into spectators, and you're going to get your ass kicked. Just hit
Well,
it.
I mean, I could see. No, I could see.
No.
Because you can. Well, maybe it's hard to tell from the little picture from the screen, but if you go to the right, you might be able to hit a rough bump on one of those little fingers that stick out on your second shot.
You're saying what Dunner's saying is that if you hit it out in here, you might be able to come out and use this finger right here and do a rough bump. No.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's not very likely.
No,
where the
because
pin's
like
at.
from where we're
It's a
trying to
long way
land
to go.
out in here, if you draw a line to the cup and then you draw the arc of your shot, you can't. And shit, it's a big shot from there. It's even farther from back here. You'd have to bring a big dog or a cataclysm and a big ball. There's spectators out here and on that little island, and if you hit anything out there during the tournament, the course
No, I
markers.
mean you have to get on that piece of fair that between the two bow tie bunkers, right?
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know that you could. No. I don't think you could get on that fairway. Well, maybe. No.
I bet you can.
Well, let's practice it and let's try it. Let's go for it. I don't know what's the
Maybe
biggest.
not in rookie, but
Well, probably not in rookie because of the wind. The wind's too low.
no, rookie. I'm just saying it might be a possibility with certain winds that you could go to the right, maybe. I'm not even going to look at that. As far as I'm concerned, there's like a fairway and then an island where I have to hit my second shot to.
Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
I know if you hit it down there far enough, you got a straight up shot with your sniper. But if you don't hit it out there far enough,
Is that all 9 holes?
yep,
And a practice?
and a practice.
Yeah, we're fucked now.
We'll see if Dunner can get her done. Get her done, get her done, get her done. Uh-oh.
I did not need to overpower that at all, but
The overpower might have been the one thing that helped you. Because it got you farther up in that chute.
well, I would have hit it perfect in an overpower. Duh. Yeah, Nordic Fjords.
And is that going to overhit? 2.1 per ring.
I don't know if it's possible.
Oh, and I hit it. 7,000 rings great to the right. Or one.
That saved you, though.
That saved me. I think from where I'm at right there, though, I've got the shot that I want because you can get, there's a rough finger that comes out there, and if you can get in front of this rough, you can go straight at the green, right there on the line that Dunner's at. And so you can go straight out. Otherwise, you'll have to start off over here to the left and then try and side spin, curl it back to the cup. you get caught out there in the middle, if you got a Nirvana in your bag, you can do a max overpower hook shot and recover. Now Horizon's got good distance. Horizon 5.
I was just didn't want to bother switching my big top of the bag, so. Jeez.
Well, Horizon 5's got one more yard than a Sniper 10. And it's got a lot more top speed, too.
A bit more Sniper, like you say, when it's more accurate, it means it's more forgiving, right? So when you fuck up and you hit it by like almost blue ring, and you can't believe it said great and it should have said good. With a Sniper, you could be okay still. But a Horizon, not so much.
$3.25. I'm gonna do 3.5.
That was a way better wind angle.
Hitting it perfect.
I noticed, at least maybe, I don't know, maybe it's fucked up on my end or something, but when I'm watching your shots, your wind angle pulls are a little off.
Are you giving me another chest? Is that what you're doing? Look at you.
I just want to make sure I don't get in. Pretty sure that's a safe assumption now, but
so I did mid club, which is 1.2 times 3.9 is 3.25 rings, and then I added on not quite 10%. I added on the 2.5 and made it 3.5, but I probably
if I would have got an eagle there, I would have qualified.
If I did a max club adjustment there, it would have been 3.9, and 3.9 might have been closer to what I should have done. I actually should have did maybe 3.9 and maybe taken off one, but I think I'm going to just hit that even though I'm not at max club. Well, that should get me in. Should. Maybe. There's 3 14s and everybody else is at 13. There's only 1 12 that's still in. Everybody else qualified. And we still got 3 people at the bottom working their way up. Maybe.
Yeah. I think that
and the guy in 20th and
14
19th
should be the minimum goal.
Well, I mean, you got all 3 of these par 4s are super makeable. And there's at least one of those par 3s, the one that's not the Nordic Fjord, the one where we did the rough bump with the rock, that's definitely a makeable hole. So, I mean, just the par 4s, you're at minus 15. And all 3 of those par 4s are super makeable. The first one you can definitely.
The first one would be the toughest one, I think. It's the easiest one to fuck up because you got those trees.
Yeah. If you bring out the right ball, though, you can really help yourself. Especially if you bring out a power 5 ball, you can.
I think the play is to go around them.
Yeah.
Not in between them, but just go around them.
I think you're right.
But you gotta. But I mean, they're not well. I mean, even going in between them, like in the past, I've played it like in between the trees, but you still need to curl it if you want to make it go toward the green. Otherwise, you're ending up in the rough or the sand, regardless, right? So trying to curl it and put it in between the trees because like they're staggered, right? It's not like they're goalposts. There's like the tree to the left is first, and then the tree to the right is further behind it. So that makes it that much harder to go in between them.
Yeah, and if you go in between them, you got to make a great wind adjustment, and you have to hit perfect. Whereas if you go if you go around them, you definitely have a little more room. You got that. You probably could set it up so that you've got a great to the left, right, and a perfect, or at least one side or the other.
The thing is, though, it's probably going to be a max over power, max curl shot.
Unless you bring out a power 5 ball.
Even with it, well, it depends on like how far your driver is, right?
And that last par 4, you definitely have an opportunity there. You do not have to bring out a big ball. You definitely have an opportunity to go for it with a smaller ball. But
if you do have them in stock, you pretty much don't really need to do maybe like a little bit of overpower, and you can land on the other side on that fucking. You can land on the green side of the fairway.
Yeah, and it seemed like it was like...
And one bouncing over the bunker instead of like bouncing over the creek and then bouncing over the bunker and then bouncing and through or over there or around the rough.
You definitely have to take that shot and to know what your spin is, because it seems to me if you bring out the bigger ball and you're going to the other side, it takes very little spin.
I wasn't much help there. I was fucking around for the most part.
No. You're practicing. That's the whole deal. You got a shitload of accounts, so just going out there and practicing the holes and figuring out what the holes are because they're not on one course. I always, as somebody who shoots videos, it always sucks when we play these courses and there's 3 different courses and you're trying to figure out what the holes are. They don't tell you. They tell you it's at Nordic Fjord, but they don't tell you, hey, this is Nordic Fjord, hole number 5, par 3.
Yeah. No, and it doesn't even say like Nordic Fjord like 3C. It just says Nordic Fjord 3. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's one of the par 3s. Because if they told you that it was Nordic Fjord 3, then you could actually look. Nordic Fjord 3C. Then you'd be like, oh, okay, it's this one. Because they have them, that's how they label them, right? Every course has 3 3s, 3 4s, and 3 5s. So in order to distinguish them easily, they just go ABC. So the first par 5 designed on any course is course X 5A. And same as par 4, par 3. Mm-hmm. Now, does that mean they put them on the course in that order? Not necessarily. But they still label them that way, though. So when you go to a replay, it'll say, like, Maple Bay 5B shot 2. You know, when you made that sweet albatross.
Then we have a new course that's out. Waterfield Sands is going to be the Big Catch tournament. I just wish.
Yeah, I think it's been a course already, but I don't remember anything about it at all. Like, it's not brand new, but this will probably be the second time we played it, I'm guessing. But I don't remember this course at all.
When are they going to come out with an 18-hole course? When are they going to come out with the back 9 at Oasis or back 9 at one of the ones so that when we play a tournament, we're playing 18 separate holes instead of 9?
Or even like we discussed already, I know it's kind of early to do it right now, but you got those new course pin locations on these courses. Why not do a tournament where it's both old pins, new pins?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same course or whatever, but at least it's kind of different.
Yeah, right? Because when we played those ones with the new hole placement, there's a couple of them, and I think the Oasis was a great example where, like, the old way that we went at the hole, the new pin placement, that shot does not work. You're not even going to have a shot at being able to make it. And if you don't like rough bumps, I did notice that on the new pin placements on a lot of the courses that they did that on, the new shot, if you don't like rough bumps, you're not going to like the new pin placement. But you had to come at the whole totally different. So like if your game plan, that's an excellent way that they could at least mix it up is, in the qualifying round, we're playing on the old pin placement. And in the opening round, we're playing on the new, where they can mix it up, or like on the front side, the front side you're playing on the old, and the back side you're playing on the new.
Yeah, exactly. I think that'd be the way to do it, personally. But
yep.
But they've only had like what three or four of those that they've made a new pin on. Yep. So it's all been fairly recent. So to rehash another whole tournament with that would be a bit early, premature. But I mean, that's, I don't know if that word is in Play.mx dictionary.
Nope. All right, that was the most wanted 9-hole cup qualifying round. It was kind of a practice round for us, but there you have it. It was
not the most wanted score.
It was not the most wanted score, but there you have it. I think all you have to do is go out there and make the 3 par 4s, and you're at minus 15 and you win. So that's the way that works. All right, thanks for watching. Any words of wisdom before we go?
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Wayne.